Okay. All right. We are technically live, I think. Let me check the replay real quick.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We
think.
are technically
Perfect.
live. Okay, we're live. Sounds good. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let me introduce my guest. He is he's been around a long time. You may have seen his work before. He was briefly moonlighting as a protege to the Unabomber. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy, Synthpunk, in the studio.
Hey. You there?
Hello.
Are you there? I see you. I see me. I see you and you see me. I can't hear you.
You can hear me in Discord, though, right?
Now I can hear you
Yeah.
on Discord, yeah.
You know what? I have this dumb black box up just for the chat. Maybe I should take that off. It looks kind of weird. Yeah, welcome everybody. Oh, we got Rich Kielbasa. Now let me predict. How quickly is Rich gonna drive me crazy? The new game. Da 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 da.
I actually paid Rich $10 to drive you crazy.
I
tonight.
bet you did.
I'll send it to you in PayPal in a few hours. Promise, Rich.
Oh man, welcome everyone. Long time coming. Long time coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Said it couldn't happen.
They said it could happen. It's mostly my fault due to life getting in the way and taking a big dump on my plans. But we're here now. We made it happen. And I think this is the most clean-looking stream we've done because we got Synthpunk on the top.
We're looking as good as Sonic State, I think.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I give me a couple years and I'll be as shiny bald as Nick Bat. I'm sure of it. You'd be the Gaz Williams for sure. You know.
As Williams. I'm Scottish. I don't think he's Scottish, though. He looks Scottish.
He does look Scottish. He looks like a wise herbalist who lives in the mountains and, like, you come by his cottage and he's just got some cool thing for you. Should we what's that?
I got some tea tree oil for you. Let's rub it on your balls.
Whoa. Damn, that's how Gaz gets fired from Sonic State. Who would you think would get Me Too'd from Sonic State? Gaz or old shiny head? Shit, what's his name? Nick.
Old St. Nicholas.
Old St. Nicholas. Oh, you know what? There's a picture. First of all, I'm just kidding. I do not want any of them to get Me Too'd. There's a really funny picture of Nick Bat at NAMM 1999, and there's some like Playboy girls sitting with him. Dude, it's really funny, and he looks so uncomfortable. He looks like, "Oh, get me out of here, please." It's okay. Well, it's me, Nick Bat. Oh my God! Wait, let's see, Nick Bat Young. I want to see. See if we can find it. Oh man! Now let me ask you, what synths you got there on your little setup?
Oh, on my left,
Mm-hmm.
I've got the Roland Jupiter Phantom, or not the Roland Jupiter, the Roland Phantom G8.
Oh,
And,
okay.
Yeah, from 2008. Yeah, the Roland Phantom G8.
Now,
And,
let me ask you about that one. Was that was the color screen, right? That was like a right? Has a color monitor?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's got a big window screen.
Nice.
It's nice.
Mhm.
It's a nice workstation. It's also a ridiculously great sampler.
Right.
So the sampler's really great.
Yeah, I've always been interested in the Phantom series, not the new Phantom though. The new Phantom, I got really excited because I saw it as an analog filter, and I'm one of those guys. Ooh, and it turns out someone in the chat actually, I don't know who, but they told me, oh no, that's purely it's like a wah wah basically. Like it's not actually routed to. It doesn't behave like a normal filter, right? It's basically like an effect you just throw on, which kind of bummed me out,
Justin Carey had that. He had the new Phantom,
Right.
and then he sold it, and then he got the the newer Phantoms. He got the the 5-octave 61 key,
Okay.
and he likes it.
Mm-hmm.
He uses it primarily for gigging.
Yeah.
That's what he does.
There's a YouTube channel. His name is like Gospel something. He talks about the difference between the Phantom and then the montage. And one of the main things I think he pointed out, I'll try to find the video. The Phantom will, even though it has, well, I'm talking about the Phantom 06, even though it has all this polyphony, if you're using multiple parts at once, it will like eat up your polyphony very fast. It's not efficient. You know, I don't know. These keyboards, it says 128 voices. I'm like, that's more than I could ever use in a lifetime. But then but it's not efficient in how they utilize those voices, right? By the way, Uncle Chris, if you're watching, just skip this one. You're going to hate it. I forgot to say that at the beginning.
Isn't Uncle Chris the film buff?
Yeah, Uncle Chris is not even my uncle, but he's family friend I've known since I was a kid, and he could not give one fuck about synthesizers. I don't blame him. Okay. It's just not his thing. But sorry, Chris, we're going to be talking about that today. But I like to warn him because he's so nice. He watches the whole thing. And I'm like, you don't have to watch. You don't have to watch. You know.
Right. I'd love to talk to Uncle Chris about the nominees for Best Film, the Academy Awards. What a joke.
Yeah, I know. I haven't even been paying attention. And I also didn't watch the Grammys. Did you tune in? Were you inches away?
The Grammys. I just totally hated the Grammys.
Yeah.
I researched Wikipedia.
Yeah.
The years of the Grammys. It's very weird.
Yeah.
If you go research like best new album in, say, alternative, right?
Yeah.
In that category, in alternative, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you go through the years, Bjork is on almost every year.
Really?
It's like really? Bjork?
Can I tell you something very embarrassing? I don't know I could not name a single song that Bjork has done. And I'm not saying I'm cool for that or I'm a whatever. I legit I cannot name a single song that she has done. Do you recommend one? Is there an album I should start with? I mean,
yeah, I can't remember offhand right now.
Uh-huh.
But I kind of like Bjork's stuff.
Sure.
But I never really was in love with Bjork.
Right.
She was cool, you know. He made some really cool conceptual videos that were shown on MTV, which were really interesting.
Okay.
But there's one thing I'd like to talk about Grammys right now.
Sure.
Is that so? I'm researching the Grammys and the historical aspect of the winners in all categories, and I go to the Album of the Year category, right?
Sure.
Now, in 1975, okay, Stevie Wonder was nominated. John Denver nominated. Paul McCartney and Wings was nominated.
Yeah.
Elton John was nominated, and Joni Mitchell. So Joni Mitchell, Court and Spark, Elton John, Caribou, Paul McCartney and Wings, Band on the Run, John Denver, Back Home Again, and Stevie Wonder. What is it called? Fulfillingness First Finale, right? So, 1975, an amazing album came out that year. It was like amazing. It was revolutionary. It was a little album called Night at the Opera by Queen.
Yeah.
And so they just like, yeah, I don't think Night at the Opera is really worth putting in.
Yeah.
Of the year. Are you kidding me?
I know. And that was back then. back then, I mean, now
nobody had done anything like that.
Yeah.
Bohemian Rhapsody,
Right.
and I think they had 3 or 4 hits off that album.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, just Bohemian Rhapsody is unbelievable.
Yeah, it's only one of the most quoted songs of all time ever. Period. It's only like.
I mean, to me, that would be like, okay, you're the winner.
Yeah. Right. Automatic
You're the winner
win.
for best album.
Yeah, I agree.
I can't believe it got swept under the rug.
Did Steely Dan win Grammys for their work? Because if not,
Yes, Steely Dan won.
okay,
They
good.
won for. The funny thing about Steely Dan is I think Steely Dan won later on.
Oh,
They didn't win for Asia. They didn't win for Pretzel Logic. They I think it was. I'm trying to think of the name of that Steely Dan album. It came out. Let me see.
Wait a minute. Wait, I just found a website. Grammy.com. Steely Dan. This can't be right.
Oh.
Wins 0. Nominations 0. Are you fucking kidding me? Come on.
I think no, wait. Steely Dan.
This can't be right. There's no way they didn't win a Grammy.
Oh, I think they won. I'm gonna find out right away.
What is this stupid website here? Get out of here.
I don't have my reading glasses. Discography.
Yeah.
2 Against Nature, I think, won.
Oh, okay. That was a later one. That was early 2000s, I think.
It came out in 2000. Yeah.
Does that have Cousin Dupree? I think Cousin Dupree's on that one.
Awards. Okay, best pop performance. Grammy Awards. Yeah, best pop performance by a duo or group with vocal.
Mm-hmm.
Cousin Dupree. Yeah.
Okay.
2 Against Nature. 2 Against Nature did get Album of the Year in 2000.
Yeah, which is not. I mean, it was cool. It wasn't like.
It was a good album.
Yeah.
But it wasn't Asia.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Asia, for me specifically, that one is so influential. I mean, crazy.
Asia is genius.
Yeah. Wow.
That was 77.
Yeah.
So I wonder if they even got nominated for anything. Let's see. Everybody's like, aren't you guys going to talk about synthesizers?
I know. I was thinking that. Yeah.
I love nerding out about albums.
Yeah.
Grammy Awards is nominated for Best Engineering Recording.
I actually did, though. I did have a synthesizer question for you specifically, because I'm sure you have a very unique and interesting take on this. There's a synthesizer called, you might have heard of it. It's called the Expressive E Osmo.
Oh,
Okay, so we're going to talk about this, and we don't mind. Because I know you've made some videos on it, but I want to hear in real time. Is this the most revolutionary instrument of all time? Or is this such overhyped bullshit? Come on.
Okay, so let's look at the price.
Oh, God.
Okay, let's look at the price. It's like $1,800. Okay,
Jesus. Yes, it is.
It's fraught with menu diving. Okay, we're like tons of menu diving.
Yeah.
And the thing is, everybody's like shitting on me because I hate it so much. Tim Shoebridge scolded me.
Really?
Yeah, like a few days ago when I commented on his Expressive E demo.
Oh, no. Well, he did record a demo. He probably doesn't want to hear you go, this thing's a piece of shit, man.
I'm like thinking, I said something about like, when are you going to get bored with it?
Oh, yeah.
And so,
but just real quick though, this is one of the ugliest synths I've ever seen in my life. And I usually don't care that much about the visuals that much, aesthetic. I mean, just looking at the keys on this thing, how they jut out of the chassis, whatever you want to call this, that looks awful.
Yeah.
That looks terrible. How are you going to ship this around? Is there a case that will? Because what if these just get chopped off or something, or hit something? I mean, from a design standpoint, it looks awful.
Right.
And also just not safe to gig with that thing. I mean, isn't the whole point of this thing is to gig with this? And then, that's crazy. So $1,800, and what are you getting? Well, okay. My thing is, yeah, go ahead.
So you have, so I was talking to John Gee on YouTube. I think you know who he is, right?
Yeah.
John Gee.
Mm-hmm.
So I was talking to John. I was like, when it comes to like tactile stuff, the Polybrute like hit all the bullet points. You've got aftertouch, you've got modulation, you've got pitch bend, you've got a ribbon controller, and you've got the Morphe pad.
Right.
Okay, that's a lot of stuff that Arturia
a lot of expression
did for the amount of money too.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to applaud Arturia, the Polybrute.
Right.
It's yeah. Now that to me is revolutionary.
I mean, I gave it some shit just because of the polyphony. I thought it's like 6 voices. Are you serious? But I will say that they're trying to do something different, but still it's still an actual physical synthesizer that you can program. I played with one at Guitar Center. I'm like, this isn't terrible, but so yeah,
you can fluctuate between 2 presets.
Yeah, that's really cool.
That's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Now the thing with the Osmos, which here's another thing that really cracks me up.
Mm-hmm.
So, the keyboard itself is called the Expressive E. The company is called Expressive E, but the keyboard is called Osmos, which I think it totally should have been reversed.
Yeah.
It's like they should have called the company Osmos, and they should have called it Expressive E. And it's weird because it says Expressive E on the
interesting.
Did I say that right? Expressive E.
Yeah.
It should have been called the Osmos, and the company should have been called Expressive E. Is that the right way? Yeah, I can't remember. It's just weird.
Yeah.
Weird. Osmos. The Osmos. The Osmos by Expressive E.
Look at can you see this? I mean, that is I can't get over this. I'm like, okay, I've seen Nick Bat on Sonic State talk about when a keyboard sort of juts out, and you think, oh, that's a bit precarious, right? And I kind of roll my eyes when he does that because I'm like, well, it's fine, whatever. This is a walking trip to Guitar Center returns because you broke it. You know what I mean? Like, wow.
I'll tell you, I was really disappointed way back with the Nord Lead A1.
Oh, we got to talk about that.
If I had this in my studio, I would have the same feeling about the sound engine. Okay?
Yeah. I want to get back to the Nord Lead A1, but real quick with the Osmos, here's my question. So, yes, it's really expressive, and you can do bendy stuff within the synth engine.
You can wiggle it.
You can wiggle it. Okay, but my question is, how does it fare as an actual controller for other synths and other plugins?
Yeah, I don't think if I connected that to my Prophet 600, if I connected it to my Pro 3, my Moog subsequent 37, whatever.
Yeah.
Any synth in here, it's not really gonna do anything that those presets in the sound engine were meant to do. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. For its internal sound engine, I'm sure it works great. But for anything else, if I connected this to an Alpha Juno, right, or an MKS 50, it's not gonna be flawless at all. And then I would be a lot less cynical about this if it cost even like $1,100. Even something like that, I'd say, okay, well, sure. But I mean, it's close to $2,000, and people are saying it's an innovation in technology, and I'm like, you guys got to relax. You know,
I mean, I'm not gonna yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna buy a keyboard like that just so I can wiggle it from
right,
side to side.
right,
And the sound engine is subpar in
yeah,
it's not like over the top amazing. I think a montage would kill it.
yeah,
I mean, even though the montage is a little more pricey, it's probably $1,200 more than than the Osmos.
yeah.
The
And
Expressive E.
we both owned a montage, I assume, right? We both did at one point. I mean, montage is a
Never had a
workstation too,
Well, yeah, that's the thing too. You're getting, I mean, if you, and that's only 49 keys too.
Right, right.
No, it's like, and it's like, Tim Shoebridge is playing acoustic guitar on it.
Right.
Heard people play the Kodo, and I'm like, okay, so who gives a fuck?
The shakuhichi, ooh, shakuhachi.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, these are like. See, the thing is, it's like to me, it's like it's not like a synthesizer. It's a workstation where you can play a French horn or a Kodo or an acoustic guitar, or a flute.
Or if it
I
had
mean,
that Yamaha, you remember back in the day, probably early 2000s, Yamaha made that, or maybe it was 90s, physical modeling.
you can blow into it. You're talking about the thing you blow into
Well,
for the DX7.
no,
DX7
no.
had that.
I'm thinking a little bit later on. They had, so the VL1, the Yamaha VL1.
Okay, yeah.
And that was a physical modeling, and it was kind of unique in terms of the synthesis engine. Like you knew it wasn't a trumpet, but it actually sounded pretty cool. Yeah, I'll throw up a picture of it here. You might have seen this one before. But yeah, it ended up being a little too niche, and it kind of failed, right? But I mean, at least it didn't, like, it sounded unique, super unique. It was, let's see, hybrid. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I can't read that
remember
there.
that.
Yeah, but people were like, yeah, this is too expensive for what it is. Because I don't think it was fully polyphonic. Like, for some of those patches, it was just monophonic.
Monophonic for like a lead sound.
Yeah, and you make a good point about the keys. 49 keys. I mean, I could understand,
It's like how much? It's like really?
Yeah.
Like what's comparable out there? I mean, for $1,800, I think. I mean, what does the Hydrasynth go for? The deluxe.
I think about
Isn't
I think 17. I could be wrong.
And that's like 73 keys, and it's got that amazing aftertouch.
Mm-hmm.
It's got its own patented type of aftertouch.
17.99.
Yeah, there you go. See?
And it's polyphonic aftertouch, and there's a full synthesis engine inside of it that you can actually really hands-on tweak. Like, this thing has almost no hands-on controls. So like you said, you're menu diving for the whole thing,
Yeah, I mean, it's like I've seen all these videos. I've seen so many videos. I'm trying to be like, what is it about this thing? It's nothing special. It's not.
I saw someone say in a comment, this is the first time that keyboard players can be truly expressive like a guitarist on a guitar. And I go, that's just
Then
not
go buy a
true.
guitar.
Well, yeah.
Go buy a guitar.
Yeah, but also, like, that's not even true. You know what I mean? Like, Aftertouch has been around since the 80s. That provides a lot of expressiveness and stuff. I mean, like, I don't know. I'm happy if people buy this thing and they really fucking play the shit out and they love it. Great. But to act like this is not, let's be honest, a Kickstarter scam, tier type of product is just fooling yourselves a little bit. Like, I've seen things like this on Kickstarter or GoFundMe, whatever, and like they promise all these things and it looks really great, but it's like, what are you getting? You're getting a wiggly machine, And if you really want a wiggly machine, great. I want a little more, for that amount of money. Is it first of all, is it multi-timbral? Can anyone confirm that in the chat? I don't know. Welcome, chatters.
I think it probably is.
I would hope so. I would hope so.
But let me just insert this about the fanboy culture is getting really out of control.
Yeah.
And and to use an analogy, um, let's go back to movies for a second. Like when DC was going to start doing their whole thing like Marvel, right?
Mm-hmm.
So everybody, all the fanboys, we're all getting excited for, Superman, Batman v Superman.
Yeah.
And look what happened. DC once again botched up the whole thing.
Yeah.
You know? And the thing is, it's like I just see the same type of thing with synthesizers. With people getting like they just get fanboyish about it.
Yeah.
I was talking to someone the other day about talking to John Gee the other day about that new synthesizer with motorized knobs.
Yeah. Oh, I remember when that came out, or the first video. Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, this is something that's just gonna go down the crapper eventually because Gibson did that with robo tuners.
Yeah.
And they did it for an entire year. Like they put robo tuners on every guitar, and I was disgusted.
Yeah.
I was disgusted.
You're
right?
referring to
And then
the Nina, right? The Nina synth. It's an Australian
Yes.
company. Yes. Okay.
and I'm like thinking about like how Gibson did the robo tuners, and nobody liked them, and then they didn't work and stuff. I'm thinking like, why do you need motorized knobs?
Oh my God! And you didn't tell me how much this thing cost. Sorry to cut you off.
No, what is it? How much is it?
Don't look at this. Take a guess. How much do you think it costs? Wild
No,
guess.
is it $2,000?
More.
$2,000? Is it more than two? It's a desktop.
$3,600.
Oh my God. I forgot how much it was. I forgot. 3,600. Oh my God.
That's insane. Now that might be because it's an Australian company, and their shit is usually really pricey because of taxes.
I think a third wave is $3,500.
Right.
And that's like 61 keys. It's
Right.
got 3 oscillators.
Right.
You know,
That's
I mean,
nuts. That's
for $100
absolutely-
more, you're gonna get into a motorized knobs. Give me a break. How many voices is it?
12
Does
voice.
it even say 12 voice?
Yeah. It's not
I
terrible.
know.
Not terrible. But I remember being really excited when I saw the first video for it, and they were being very vague on the price. And I should also say, maybe we're being a bit negative because we see the cost and we're like, well, that's ridiculous. And I'm sure there is an overhead that they have to work. This is a small company, right? Same with the Udo Super 6 guys. That was really pricey too. But the thing is, when you have a company like that who's charging so much, then it's going to give other companies an idea, oh, we can get away with murder, right? Oh, we can do the same thing, And it's like, no, guys, can we try to make this halfway affordable? Jesus Christ, that's insane. And the sound engine is not the part that people are, excuse my French, jizzing over. It's, again, like you said, the gimmick, the motorized part, or the wiggliness. It's like, how does the thing fucking sound? Because I feel really bad for someone who buys this and they're like, oh, this is like not even like virus tier synthesizer. You know what I mean? Like, this is like whatever.
I think we're gonna see more gimmicks in the future. Honestly,
Yeah.
And it's like when I see these things, I'm just like, motorized knobs
Right.
for what? For what purpose? Give me a break.
That to me sounds like a quality of life thing that should just be on a synth. It shouldn't be the main factor, Or like people talk about the Nord Lead 3 having endless encoders, and that's like a big thing for them. And I'm like, okay, but that's like just the UI. How does it sound, Also, welcome in the chat. I just want to briefly say thank you, John G, Majesty Jones, and Rich for hanging out, asking questions. Real quick, Rich says, it's sitting out in the garage now, still in the double boxing. What is? The Poly Brew.
Just got a poly.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. Congratulations. What is the longevity of those motorized knobs too?
Good point. Good point.
You know,
Yeah. Dude,
it's like all of a sudden they're like.
Think about buying this secondhand, and yeah, the filter knob is like a little slower than everything else.
I mean, stuff like that happened even with Dave Smith stuff. You know, when he had problems with the knobs on the poly evolver, the mono evolver,
Yeah.
the Prophet 8, you know, and then you have to get the potentiometers for the Prophet 8. I had a Prophet 8 and and I didn't have the potentiometer edition.
Yeah.
So they were dodgy, you know?
Right.
And then so like Dave Smith has to fix it and offer, you know, a replacement of potentiometers, you know?
Sure. You know, and
So if
also,
anybody
sorry, go ahead.
if anybody's thinking about getting a Prophet 8, make sure that you get the potentiometer edition if you can.
Yeah, I didn't even know that was a thing. Now I've worked a little bit in some music studios, not a lot, but I worked as an assistant engineer and stuff. And we worked with an Icon D command, it's a control surface, originally made by DigiDesign and now Avid. They bought them, you know. Anyway, and this is technology that was from like the 90s, right? And it's not that expensive. I mean, I'm seeing here you can get a used Icon D command for $14.99. I mean, that's kind of a lot. Well, but I mean, you know, so like this technology's been around for a while. It's just, oh, it's on a synth now. It's like, well, so what? I mean, we've had this for a minute, you know.
Right.
Yeah. Now, actually, I don't want to. Well, you may have some. We're going to be all over the place, guys. But you brought up something that I wanted to talk to you about. You mentioned the Nord Lead A1. All right.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you why I wish I had put my hand in front of your finger as you're about to click buy, because so I'm a big fan of the Nord Lead series, and
Right.
I will say this, that it is digital for sure, and I mean, of course it is, right? But the reason why the A1 I'm not a fan of, and why you might not have connected to it, was the layout. Because the layout on the Nord Lead A1 is, in my opinion, one of the worst I've ever seen. And it's kind of crazy.
Horrible. It made the
Yeah.
virus look like a picnic.
Yes. Which is weird. Go ahead.
Yeah, the virus has flaws too, you know?
Oh, sure. But I mean, but at the same time, okay, like I have a Nord 2X right in front of me. You can't see it, but I have the rack version right in front of me. And I know I've talked on and on about this synth. And I'm not going to pretend that it's you know, like a Moog, memory Moog or something, you know. But I love it because of the UI and because it's so fast to get sounds done now, or program sounds. When you look at the panel for the A1, it just sucks, right? So, and then also, regarding the sound, you mentioned it sounds like a software synth. I can't speak to the A1 engine because I actually haven't really messed with it. But I will say that the 2X engine, it depends how far you're pushing it, right? If you're putting the resonance past 12 o'clock, yeah, it sounds like rave time, you know, 1997, right? It sounds bad, right? And that's just how it is. But I will say the beauty of that synth is that it's actually not as raw, and it's supposed to be kind of neutral, and that way you can blend sounds together. They fit in a mix really well. Whereas with
I've heard a lot of your stuff that you've done with the Nord,
right.
And the stuff that you do, it sounds great.
Right. So I wish maybe, you know, I would say look out for a 2X or even a Nord Lead 3. You might really like that one. Then again, you might already have that covered because you have a virus, right? You also have the Korg.
I actually got rid of the virus a while back.
Oh, you did?
But actually, after using the Nord, I started and I was posting these the greatest hits of Synthpunk.
Yeah.
Posted a couple of songs I did with the virus.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was listening to them, I'm like, oh my God, I really missed the virus.
Right.
So, I mean, I could see myself getting the virus back in the studio at some point.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Um,
but you also have that Korg. What's it called? It's not the
yes,
Radius.
Radius.
Yeah, and that's a really competent synth. So
The
that
Radius is probably one of the best.
yeah.
Okay, so I was thinking about this the other day. So I had the Roland JP 8000.
Hmm.
I used to be like, oh, it's so cool looking, and
Yeah.
it has this mystique, right?
Hmm.
But when I got it in the studio, I was like, oh my God, the Radius just can stomp all over this thing,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know? And and I was talking to somebody the other day about Yamaha trademark the AN1X thing again. Like
Yeah.
Yamaha might be doing a virtual analog, even
Oh,
that,
I got so excited for that.
even the AN1X is not that great. Like, I
I
mean,
don't know.
I would take the AN1X over the JP 8000
Yeah.
any day. But if I had to choose between the AN1X and the Korg Radius, I would take the Korg
Yeah.
Radius.
No,
It's-
I'm gonna have to beg to differ on that. Well, I mean, I'm sure the Korg Race is great, but yeah, the AN1X is no slouch. You know what I mean? I've heard a lot of people. I actually owned one briefly, but it was kind of messed up, so I sold it. The aftertouch was all buggy and stuff. But when I did use it, I mean, it sounded fat. And there's this one guy who's on Sonic State all the time. He swears by it. Like it's a synth he's never been able to sell because it can kind of do every kind of classic sound.
right.
So yeah, I mean, I think you're going to be now. The problem with the AN1X is that the interface is nothing like the Radius. It's very like you have to choose a section and then turn a knob. It's like a whole you have 4 knobs that are like connected to different settings. It's kind of a pain in the ass, right? Whereas the Radius or like the Lead series, it's all in front of you except for the A1. A1 they really fucked up. Yeah.
But the Korg Radius is multi-timbral
Right.
to the nth degree. It's
Right.
just you can do so many crazy things with it.
Yeah.
It also has drum beats in it.
Right.
You can do some crazy drum beats.
And that multi-timbrality thing is kind of what I want. I want that more in modern synths. Like with this Nord 2X, this is from 2003. That's when they started making them. And you've got 4 synths in one, and you can easily switch between them and make changes so fast. It's great. And I've never run out of polyphony. And these new synths, it's like, even the Hydra synth, it's like, dude, you're looking at, you can play 2 patches at one time, that's cool.
Right.
But like, goddamn,
Right.
guys, can't we get this to like 3 or 4? You know what I mean? Like, why is it only 2? Why is it only 16 voices, right? If we have synths that are like 20 voices from the early 2000s. The SH32. Sorry.
The thing about multi-timbral though is like I always think of the Dave Smith Tetra. Okay. And I did a video a long time ago about the sins of Dave Smith. I went through like all of his sins and what sins he committed,
Yeah.
And one of the sins was on the Tetra. It was a little box,
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's 4-part multi-timbral, right?
Right.
So he makes this Tetra, which is 4-part multi-timbral, and it's 4 voice, and it's powerful. And I probably will get one again someday because
Yeah.
it's kind of like, it's a love-hate synth,
Right.
But he goes off to do the Prophet 8, and it's like he could have made the Prophet 8 more like the Tetra with
Right.
all the knobs, but he didn't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like he makes this really powerful synth and he cuts the legs right off of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like when he did the Prophet 6 and the OB6. He made it 49 keys.
Right.
It's like, oh yeah, let's make flagship synths and make them 49 keys.
Right.
But he makes the Rev 2. He makes the Rev 2 61 keys. I don't know how that thinking.
Yeah, it must have come down to some cost effectiveness. That must be it, But the other thing is that the Tetra it's an analog synth as well. So, I just feel like these right, and it has 4 outputs, which is great. But yeah, it's like that's pretty impressive. And then you got these digital synths now, and it's like, guys, you have these DSP chips. I forget what they're called. Oh, someone fill in the blank. It's oh man, the Super 6 is one of them. I'm forgetting the name of it. I'll look it up. But basically, you're able to fit so much programming and content on these chips that it's sort of like, if I'm paying, $1,800 or whatever for, even, let's pretend it's not the Osmos, whatever. I want crazy multi-timbrality, and like, or on the Super 6, for example, like that thing should be multi-timbral as well. I don't know if it is. Cause it's digital. It's got an analog filter, but it's digital voices. Like, why can't we, get that closer to what it was before? I don't understand why companies have stopped doing that, because then you're really going to have people glued to your machine. When you have 4 synths in one, that's powerful. That's really powerful.
Well, that's total power. It's kind of like the people agree with me in the Sequential Pro 3, where we're like, why doesn't Sequential make a Pro 8 or a Pro 12?
Mm-hmm.
Because the Pro 3, as far as multi-timbrality, oh my God. Ridiculous things it can do.
Thank you, Frank. Really FPGA chip. Field Programmable Gate Array. Yes, thank you. That's exactly what I was thinking of. Yeah, now let me ask you this, because we haven't talked in a while, and again, that's on me. But as far as new stuff that has come out, is there anything that you are into? Like, I actually want to, potentially get this. Like what are your thoughts on the Trigon?
I hate it. I hate everything that's coming out.
I kind of walked into that. I kind of knew that was gonna happen. But
I like Trigon is like, I have not heard any. I did the Trigon versus the Arturia Polybrute video.
Yeah.
And right. I'm like, that's isn't that $3,500?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. 49 keys?
That's crazy.
Like, that is insulting to the patrons of sequential buyers.
Mm-hmm.
The sequential patrons, that's a slap in the face,
right,
to make a 49 key $3,500.
Yeah.
And I'm tired of all the synthesizers that have onboard effects.
Right.
And a lot of people hate that I say that, but I'm like, well.
Yeah, no, I mean,
the synthesizer is the effect.
Mm.
Okay, whatever comes after should be after. Right. It should be in an effect rack or a pedal, right, or a VST effect. But you don't. Yeah. Why is the company spending time on putting effects in a synthesizer? It's like nobody is making electric guitars with digital delays and distortions in the guitar.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, of course. Well,
no.
Yeah, I mean it's I mean, I understand it from if it was an effect that was like really unique, or like, I've never heard this before on a synth. The problem is all these effects that Dave Smith or Sequential use on the Prophet 6 and the OB6 and the Trigon 6 are pretty standard chorus, delay, reverb that you have in your DAW, right? And they don't sound as good as the plugins you have in your DAW. So it's kind of like, okay, this is real estate that you're taking up with something I'm always disabling. On the Prophet 6, I always disabled the effects. And then if people are saying, well, what about live players? What about live? It's like, they're probably going to want to use their pedals, They're probably going to want to use processors and stuff, I mean, that's...
It's also affecting when you do an addition, like an effect in addition to a synthesizer, you're adding more cost to it. So I would have rather said, okay, I don't want an OB6 with 49 keys and effects. How about take away the effects and make it 61 keys?
Right.
You know?
Right.
I mean, And the thing is, when you see a company like John Gee loves the Arturia Polybrute effects, right? He just mentioned that in the
chat.
comment section.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, so fortunately, Arturia's onboard effects are really good.
Mm-hmm.
But being Moog 1 owner from way back, one Eventide effects did not translate. I've had Eventide pedals. Eventide effects on the Moog 1 did not translate like an Eventide pedal.
Yeah.
They were just fluff.
It was
and every
yeah. Go ahead.
every preset on the Moog 1 had effects on it, and I would be constantly turning effects off, and because the effects were compressing the sound, they were just squashing the overall sound of the Moog 1.
Right.
So
yeah, it's and for something like a workstation where the effects are inside there, I don't mind that because it's part of the it's part of the internal program or whatever, and it's not taking up real estate, and it is what it is. But
yep.
I agree with you on that. And another thing I was gonna mention while we were talking about all of this stuff, and it completely left my mind. There was a Behringer release somewhat recently that I was so nonplussed about. That might not be the right phrase. Was it the Prophet? Was it the Pro 800? Is that what I'm thinking of? Is that their latest release?
The Pro 800. It's based on the Prophet 600.
Yeah. So Behringer, if you're listening, I doubt it. I was gonna buy that back in 2020 when you first announced it, and you took so long. I ended up getting a Prophet 6. Loved it, had that for a year and change or something, and sold it. And now you're finally releasing the Pro 800, and I know it's not going to be as good as the Prophet 6. So
it's never coming out.
It's never coming out. It's not even coming out. Okay, well then never mind.
It's gonna come out.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. I can't believe. Let's go on a Behringer
Sure.
bash.
Yeah.
So many. Okay. Let's talk about the little mini synths. Remember those little mini Behringer synths?
Yeah.
JP 8000.
Oh yeah, I hate it. Those little pocket keychain things.
They fit in your hand, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so they can't even get those out. Moog has the Moog Mavis. And like Behringer can't even get those little guys out. They've done so many videos on that.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So they've got the Behringer Pro 800, the UBXA, the Wave based on the PPG, the DS80 based on the CS80, the Prophet 16 based on the Prophet 5. I mean, they're crazy.
Yeah.
Uli Behringer is certifiable crazy because they just do all these teasings. It's okay. The pandemic's been over for a while now.
Yeah.
Come on. It's like, how does Oberheim just announce the OBX8 and 3 months later it's in the tube?
Yeah.
It's you can order it and there it is. It's at your door.
I wonder if they're really crumbling maybe as a.
I think they're in a financial.
Yeah.
I think that's what it comes down to. They're having financial problems.
Wait a minute, because there was a synth even more recently than the Pro 800 that did they put it out? Am I wrong?
I think the latest thing they put out was the Monopoly.
Really?
As far as their clones, their analog clones.
Right.
It was the Monopoly.
Yeah, because I'm looking on the website here, and I don't see Neutron. DeepMind 12 is like 6 years ago. K2, Wasp Deluxe. Oh, was the vocoder?
No, it was out before the Monopoly.
That was out. Wait, but wasn't there some organ thing that they went on the Jack Duck?
The Selena.
The Selena. That's what I'm thinking of. Is that out yet?
No, it's not coming out. Nothing is coming out, man.
You know what?
Done.
I'm getting a little sick of Jack. I'm getting a little tired of that motherfucker.
To be honest with you, I agree with you on that. I'm getting a little. I love Jack, but I'm getting a little sick of him.
I'm getting sick. I saw a thumbnail. Was it Andrew? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
See his recent video? It's hilarious.
Let's see. Well, okay. I saw a thumbnail for, I think it was the Osmos. And let me pull it up here. Let me see if I can find it. And the thumbnail was so insulting, I got really mad. Where is it? Where is it? Come on, I'll find it. Give me a second here. 2 weeks ago? No. It was further back. It was Jack pointing at the screen and saying, "You need to buy this synth." And I said, "Fuck you, you fucking salesman piece of shit." Where is it? Oh.
You know, he's okay. I was having a discussion with a friend of mine. We were talking about the difference between Jack and Zach Marr from Alamo Music.
Sure.
And the thing is that Jack is a shill, and Zach really isn't a shill.
No.
He will actually poo-poo on stuff.
Oh yeah.
You know, and,
oh yeah.
and I kind of like that about Zach. You know, even though I've made fun of him quite a bit, but you know, I called him.
And you called him?
I left a message on his answering machine.
I have to say, don't call him again. Leave him alone, okay? He's a nice guy.
I said, I want to do a live stream with you, Zach.
I watched that.
Hi, this is Zach Marr. I'm not at my desk right now. I like him.
You sounded like the Unabomber calling someone, you know?
Look like the Unabomber.
Hey, man, just so you know, we're cool, you and me, for now. I'm just kidding. But no, that was hilarious. I couldn't believe you called him. No, but you're totally right.
Hold on. I want to call Espen Kraft.
Wait. I want to find real quick. We'll get into that, but I want to find this fucking thumbnail because what was it? Jack Duxbury. Was it? Okay, and maybe it's Anderton's Osmos. I just want to put this on screen here. Here it is. I found it. Okay, real quick. I'm going to put it on the screen. Hands on with the Osmos. Jack's convinced. Are you? And the thumbnail says, Jack finally said it. You gotta buy one. No, I don't, Jack. And shame on you. Shame on you for pushing this.
His job is to love everything.
Well, he has made videos where he goes, I gotta be honest, I'm not really jiving with this. It was some Roland.
I can't wrap my head around it.
I think it was the Jupiter X, and he was actually shitting on that one. But this is him cashing in on the hype and like, you gotta buy, like, really, dude, come on. I'm sorry, that just really bothered me. I know it's his job, but I like when they're a little like Zach Marr. Yeah, I was just watching his video on the Waldorf Iridium keyboard and how that synth, well, I don't know if it failed or not, but how that company is just, they put out something that was just a bit too ahead of the game, I guess, and like people are like, why the fuck would I buy that? I mean, that thing's like $3,500 as well. Let's see.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what. As far as Waldorf, the Kyra, is really what you want, and you can get them right now on Reverb used for like $1,200, $1,300, $1,400. The Kyra is underrated. That's what you want.
The Kyra, yeah.
And it's even set up really nice.
Right. Yeah, it's
Pure Ambient Drone had a Kyra, right? And he made this video, and he's like, I got 6 synthesizers for 1 Kyra. I brought the Kyra to this music store, and I came home with 6 synthesizers. He got a Behringer Odyssey and a Behringer. What else did he get? He got the Behringer Odyssey, the Wasp, other Behringer, and he got 2 Electron pieces of crap.
Yeah.
You know, and he's like, he thinks that was a good thing.
Well, yeah, no, actually, like, Frank in the chat, Frank Manhands, great name, says the Kyra wasn't actually designed by Waldorf, which is true. It was designed by another guy, and they signed off on it, and it actually had a lot of people were complaining about it. But yeah, I mean I see the Kyra as like a modern day SH32. You know, a lot more, a lot better, obviously. But again, just a little too overpriced for what it is. I'm not sure. Like, shouldn't the Iridium keys be the Mod X version of the Quantum? If the Quantum is the Montage or the Phantom, shouldn't the Iridium be the like smaller, more affordable version? But no, I'm looking on Sweetwater, $3,700. Actually, 38. Excuse me.
No.
Nuts. Absolutely crazy.
49 keys. People.
49 keys. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Yeah.
I also hate the Mini Freak. If you want to talk about new stuff coming out, I hate the Mini Freak. Hate it.
Really? You don't like the Mini Freak? Why not?
Oh. Because I thought they were going to do something a bit more, I think. You know?
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting mini keys.
Right.
You know, the Micro Freak, I love my Micro Freak.
Yeah.
And, you want to see some bad Mini Freak videos? Go look at Automatic Gainsay, Mark Doty's.
Mr. Polyphony, yeah.
I'm like, if you didn't know what the Mini Freak was, and then you didn't watch any videos except for Mark Doty's, and you went to Mark Doty's channel and you watched them, you'd be like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to buy that.
Yeah. I mean, here's my thoughts on that. So I always thought that the Micro Freak was really cool. I just wanted a bit more polyphony. I mean, it's a great deal for what it is, but I always wanted a little more, you know. I see this comes out. This addresses a lot of my, complaints. Now, it does sound, I mean, it's not an all-in-one synth where it's like I can do every sound with it. Like, no. If you want to do some weird-ass, digital strange noises, like, cool. But for what it is, I don't know. It seems like they technically, on paper, gave me what I wanted. I'm still not going to buy it unless it's cheap, used.
It's priced good.
Yes.
I think the Mini Freak is priced good.
Yes.
I think it comes down to like what you have in the studio. Like for what I have in my studio, getting a Mini Freak would be just like throwing money away.
It'd be redundant.
It would be redundant. Yeah. Why would I get a Mini Freak? I got a Korg Radius that'll just kill it. You know what I'm saying?
And you bring up a good point too with the price because, Roland would never in a million years put out a synth like this, right? Because and if they did, it would be $3,000, right? The fact that it's a digital analog hybrid under $800 is like, wow. The Jupiter XM, when that came out, I remember Nick Batt was doing a review. He was talking to some rep about it, and he goes, so what we thinking for price? $1,400. He goes, oh, okay, premium product. Like basically saying, holy shit. Yeah. That's a polite way of saying, Jesus Christ, you're robbing them, robbing them blind. But anyway, yeah. So, I mean, is it a perfect synth? Probably not. And there's probably some things I would hate about it, but I have to give Arturia credit that they took the Mini Freak idea and they just expanded on it a little bit.
If it was full-size keys, I would consider it.
Right.
If it was full-size keys.
Right.
But I can't look at mini keys. I want to vomit.
Yeah, I have a weird relationship with mini keys because my first synth technically was that Yamaha. Oh God, it was the CS mini Reface CS, and
Reface.
Those mini keys are pretty good actually. So that was my first introduction.
I mean, everybody thinks, okay, you can just hook it up to your 61 key this, or your 61 key that.
Right.
I'm like, well, then just give me a rack unit.
That's honestly, that's actually what I was talking to my friend Cuneo about was, man, if they made this a rack, I would buy it. I 100% would buy it. And they should start doing that more. Like Korg with all of your, little small synths and stuff, chop off those keys and give me a rack, and I'll probably buy it. Because I got the rack space here. I mean, why the fuck not? I wish they would do that more, but for some reason they're kind of moving away from that. I don't know why. A lot of companies are like, no, we'll do the keyboard thing. It's like, why?
The thing is about the Mini Freak is that if you have Spectrasonics, which is a $485 software VST, Spectrasonics is going to totally annihilate that thing.
Yeah, but you know what? I have to say something about Spectrasonics, which is that, yes, it's an amazing Omnisphere, or is an amazing package, but it's not fun to use, right? Like,
no. It's not. It's a lot easier than that Oberheim VST that came out recently.
Which one was that?
I hate the OB. I got it right here on my screen.
Oh, by that British guy?
What is it? It's the Oberheim OBE.
Oberheim OBE.
OBE. I hate it.
Okay.
It's horrible.
G4 software, right?
Oh, yeah. G4. Oh, I hate it.
Okay. This is the problem. This guy, here's the thing.
It doesn't even sound good.
Okay. I've heard some of his plugins before, and like I think they sound pretty good. The problem is this screen is such a nightmare look at this thing. This thing looks like someone painted the walls white and then put little black polka dots all over it. I don't even know. I mean, this is such a eyesore, and like, I guess technically you can zoom in on sections, but I don't like this UI at all. It's way too much.
It's horrible. The whole setup is horrible.
This is a nightmare. Sorry to that guy.
The sequencer doesn't even work that well. You know what? I have the Arturia OBXA, and I've got the Arturia Matrix 12, and honestly, they can't come close to Spectrasonics. They can't.
Yeah.
Can't.
You know what? Let me show Yeah. I'll show really quick. I'll pull it up real fast because it's by a company that probably people don't know that well. It's called Obsession. It's this Oberheim thing. Let me just pull up a session. I'm not going to play it. I just want to show people what it looks like. Okay, let's see here. We can keep talking, of course. I just want to show them. But yeah, so Obsession. This is by, this company is the company, it's called Obsession by Synapse Audio. They also made that synth Dune, and Dune 2, which is really good. And the creator of that company also made my favorite plugin called Wasp XT, which I'm a fanatic for. If you want a cool Oberheim plugin, this one's pretty good. Because you look at this panel, I don't know if you can see this, but the panel is very simple. It's not a ton of shit, right? And then the effects, there's one button to disable effects. Love that. It's right in front. Like the Arturia ones, you got to look for it. It's right there. Boom. And then if you want extra parameters, you just click there and you got this other thing, right? But it sounds good. I think it was decently priced. I think I paid like $50 for it. I was pretty happy with it. So yeah, if you guys are in the market for an Oberheim before jumping to Arturia or whoever, try this one out. Obsession. Pretty good. And I'm not sponsored by them, by the way. I'm just saying. I'll get comments from people saying, I know that Tal Audio paid you money for this and sponsored you. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? They have not paid me a dime.
Right.
Let's see here. We got some new people. Trader to the Living, welcome. They shouldn't have put touch plates like the Freak. They should have put touch plates like the Mini Freak on it to make it unique. Interesting. Did you like those touch things? On the Mini Freak? On the Micro Freak?
The Mini Freak? Micro Freak? Yeah.
Yeah. You like those things? Okay.
Oh, yeah. I like the Micro Freak. The Micro Freak is a $350 synth, and it sounds more than a $350 synth. That's the thing about the Micro.
Oh, here's a good.
Remember this song? Remember this song?
Yeah.
That's the Obsession song.
Nice. Here's a good comment in the chat. Rockman Rock says, "Reface our Reface our Rolls Royce mini keys." I love that. Let's see here. There's a bunch of comments here. We got some viewers. Nice. Thanks for hanging out, guys.
Yep, thanks for hanging out.
Be sure to like, share, and subscribe.
Creator to the living, Kevin Hunam. I never thought. I thought it was always human. Looked at it fast. Kevin Human.
You had a little dyslexia thing going on? Yeah.
Dyslexia. Oh, yeah. I am dyslexic, actually.
John Gee says the Polybrutes effects are on another level. Really?
Yeah, they are. They're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I love my Matrix Brute. Love it.
Boy, there was another synth thing I wanted to see. There's so much has happened in this time that we've been away, and also it's like really exciting, and then things have gone away. I'm trying to think of.
Let's talk about the Mini Moog Model D.
Sure.
For $5,000.
Yeah. Well, what are your thoughts on that?
I don't know. Well, I got a phone call today from Greg St. Regis from Studio Electronics, and my SE1 is all done.
Oh.
I had it shipped out to Studio Electronics, and they updated my SE1 to an SE1X, and it also has the SE3X, so it's actually paraphonic, and it's got a ladder filter and a SEM filter, and I can't wait to get it back. And I was talking to him. I said, if Moog came out with a Mini Moog, and they decided, you know what, we're gonna put 100 presets on the Mini Moog, right?
Yeah.
And I said, would that affect the overall sound? If you have a Mini Moog with presets and without presets, he basically said no. We had a long conversation. I'm going to post it on a video later on. But yeah, I $5,000. Let's think about $5,000.
I'd rather not.
An Arturia Mini Brute or Matrix Brute was $2,000 when it came out. Moog subsequent 37, $1,800, right? So now you got $3,800, and you've got two really powerful synthesizers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So then you got another $1,200 left over. Why do they think that a Mini Moog should cost that much money? I don't understand.
Well,
don't understand.
I've never.
$3,000.
Yeah.
I'd be like, yeah, $3 grand for a monophonic synth. Yeah, I mean.
So my thinking is, here's the deal. People complained about the price of the OBX8 and this Mini Moog reissue, but at the same time, these same people sometimes also complain about how cheap the Behringer clones are. So my thinking is you have to decide what your principles are here, right? Because, are you going to go for the authentic, in giant air quotes, whatever, the actual company's making it, like the OBX8. Yeah, that's a lot of money. But at least it's like, okay, this is it. This is our Oberheim. You asked for it. Here it is. And this is our price. Take it or leave it, right? And at least you are, I would never buy that synth in a million years, but at least you are getting an authentic Oberheim for the most part, Or are you willing to buy a Behringer knockoff for however much, and then you're always kind of living in that, well, I guess it's close enough. You know what I mean? So I'm never going to buy a goddamn $5,000 mono synth, because to me, that's just absolutely
Especially
crazy.
With no presets.
Yeah.
Especially with no presets.
Is there nothing? Is there MIDI?
No.
I hope there's MIDI.
Oh, it's got MIDI, but
okay.
But the thing is, it's like I don't want to say that I'm lazy or anything, but
yeah,
it's like, okay, you're going to create a sound. It's the same thing with these people. I talked to John Gee about these modular people.
Yeah.
And it's like with all these wires and cables, and it's like, okay, you made a sound.
Yeah.
Now you have to unplug everything, and you have to, you know, it's like
Yeah.
presets are a good thing.
Presets are a great thing, and that's it's sort of like just a quality of life thing that should be standard, you know. That's the thing with those DCO synths, you know, digitally controlled analog oscillators. Like, part of the DCO factor was also like, oh, and we can also save these presets. You know what I mean? We can save all of these parameters. It's like, this is amazing, right? So it's odd that they didn't include that in this new Moog. That's crazy.
I did the inflation calculator. Rich Kabasa is talking about that whole thing. I did the inflation calculator. So when the Mini Moog first came out in the 70s and early 80s, it was 1595.
Yeah,
And so that would be equivalent to like $11,000,
yeah,
you know, and change. So if you bought a Mini Moog today,
mm,
in theory, you might be saving like 6,000 and change
yeah,
if you look at it in those terms. But it's like it's the mystique
mm,
that shoots the price up. You
yeah,
know, I was thinking about the OBX8 today,
yeah,
and when you think about it, when you see what's inside it, you see this little black box. You
mm,
know,
yeah,
because if you go to the Starsky Car video on the Prophet 5,
mm.
he opened up the Prophet 5, okay? And he added the
Oh yeah,
other 5 voices, right? And
mm,
when he opened it up, it was like, where is everything? There's nothing there except for a black box,
yeah,
you know? And so I looked at the price of a Prophet Rev 2 16 voice,
mm,
right? Compared to the OBX8. And look at the price difference on that.
yeah,
You know, what is it, 2,600 to, what is it, $2,400 difference?
yeah,
You know, because it's got DCOs. The reality is that when you think about an Arturia Microfreak, that has digital oscillators, but it's got an analog SEM filter. And that's what makes it sound really good.
yeah,
And the Prophet Rev 2, honestly, I was talking to Justin Carey about it.
mm,
He's like, I'm probably going to get a Rev 2 at some point again because he sold his, you know.
yeah,
And I sold mine, but now I have more reverence for the Rev 2. And also Jim Danaker made a video where he featured the OBX8, the Rev 2, and the Prophet 5, and he compared the brass sounds.
uh-huh.
And the Prophet Rev 2 held up.
Yeah,
You
I'm
know?
sure it did. Oh yeah, well yeah, and that's a multi-timbral again, and the Prophet 6 is not, and it's like, you know, it's a
So
good deal.
I think the Rev 2, in my mind, is probably like if anybody is out looking for a polyphonic analog right now, I would say Rev 2
Yeah,
of anything. And then if after that, probably the Polybrute.
yeah,
Only because, you know, you could get 16 voices, you know, on the
now
Rev 2
you're right,
for $2,600, you know.
which is a very good deal. Now, there is something that we didn't talk about, which I already know how you feel about it, but we might as well mention it. There was the mini log bass controversy that, well, I don't know if you can even call it a controversy. That is again another gimmick where they take an existing synth and all they do is just change the aesthetic and they call it a new thing.
Yeah, that's.
I mean,
Second, where's my?
that is the most.
Wait. Hold on.
Warning, warning, bullshit alert. That was bullshit. Bullshit detected. Take precaution.
Yeah. I mean, how are you going to call something the mini log bass if there is zero extra bass frequencies inside? I mean, Like, fuck you. I'm sorry. You know, and what they say is, oh, there's extra presets. Who gives a shit?
It's all gimmick. It's all gimmick.
Yeah, it's still, well, so you'd think, oh, wow, Korg, they're trying to sell some mini logs. Now I see that the Polybrute Noir is a thing, and that's the same fucking thing. It's a black Polybrute that they are releasing. Did you
They
see
did that
this?
with the Matrix. Yeah, they did it with the Matrix Brute first.
Okay, so they've been doing this for a while.
Moog did it. Moog did it with the matriarch and the grandmother. They went from
Right.
those past those Easter egg colors. I say they are.
Yeah. Could there
Black,
be
you know?
could there be anything more, I don't know. Like, do you think I'm stupid? You know, like really? I mean, I guess I understand it's like a cool limited edition thing, but anyone who's running out to buy this, and it's like you know this has been around for like 5 years, right? Not this specific synth, but like the mini log has been around since 2016 or something, 2015. It's just so silly. You know, I don't know. I kind of, I'm at that point now where I really don't want anything, not because I'm content, but because there's really just nothing out there right now that I could say, oh, I need that. I really don't need, you know. I've been working a lot more with this Nord and then software. I've been making custom commission songs for people, like some guy the other day, a friend of mine, he commissioned me to make a sound alert for his stream. So meaning like every time he gets a subscriber on Twitch, a song that I played will happen. And that was mostly with like software and like got the job done, you know? So if I do buy any synth in the future, it would have to really, there'd have to be a purpose. And so far, I'm not seeing anything from these major companies that makes me say, oh, fuck, do I need that, you know?
Well, do me a favor. Can you
Yeah.
can you pull up the Moog Subsequent 37 picture?
Sure. Subsequent 37. Let's pull this bad boy up here. When did this come out? Mid 2000s? No.
It came out after the Sub 37.
Okay.
Um,
Get a good picture of it. Want to see it in HD.
try to get an angled photo, like that angled one, so you can see the shape.
Oh, you mean like on the side here, like this? Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Look
so
at
you
that.
can see the angle. So it's on an angle,
Like this?
so you can see the wood end cheek. There you go. See that one? Yeah.
Yeah.
See, like,
Whoa.
now look at. I was talking to John Gee the other day. I said, look at that design, right? Now, John Gee has a friend who works for Moog now. He's an engineer.
Yeah.
And I was like, he's like, we got somebody on the inside. And I'm like, tell him that we need a 6-voice, subsequent 6. Because I love the body design. Okay.
Yeah.
I love it. But the only thing I hate about the Subsequent 37 is the sequencer and arpeggiator is a nightmare. And the screen sucks.
Mm-hmm.
The Sequential Pro 3 screen is probably one of the best screens out in the synthesizer market right now. It's the control panel of the Pro 3 is by far one of the best designs ever. As far as mini or as far as monophonic synths, Pro 3 kills everything, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But if Moog was smart, it would come out with a polyphonic 6-voice and have it in the same type of body design. I think I love an angled control panel. I hated the Nord. Nord lead A1. Obviously, we both understand the control panel. It sucks.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, if it was tilted, it would have been so much better.
The
Love
Nord,
tilted.
the which one should have been tilted?
Well, I think Nord should have tilted all their panels. The tilted panel is the best way to go.
Oh, it is. It is. Let me show you. Well, actually, I
I don't know why
can't.
synth companies don't do it.
What's that?
I don't know why synth companies don't do it.
Yeah, if you buy the rack, version of the Nords, they are tilted like this, although not like that, not with the strange thing there. But I am also not really a fan of the connections being on the side. That's a little worrisome to me. But yeah, other than that, it seems cool. You know, I did see a guy. I don't know this guy's name. He's a YouTuber. He bought 4. It was either sub 37s or subsequent 37s. No, little fatty. He bought 4 little fatties and polychained them.
Yeah, so Rick Marston did it, and Pure Ambient Drone did it.
You know, I was pretty impressed at how well it worked. Like
it doesn't work well.
No.
It doesn't though.
Well, in the video I watched, the guy, like, the parameters all are linked except for things like the envelope. I think the envelope is not linked. But, like, this guy was doing, like, filter cutoffs were all working. It's like, wow, this is great. I don't know. Maybe there's certain things that don't work, but...
Dave Smith started the whole polychain revolution. And Dave Smith's polychain never worked like you thought it was supposed to work.
Right.
It just doesn't translate. And it was so funny watching, like, Pure Ambient Drone did it. And then Rick Marston bought 4 slim fatties and 1 little fatty.
Mm-hmm.
So he was trying to do a 5-voice Moog. But here's the thing. Right now, they're not being produced they're anymore. So if you go to buy a Moog Slim Fatty, you're going to spend at least $700. Okay.
Yeah.
So what does that get you? That's $2,800. Okay. Then you get a little fatty. That's going to be another $1,500. So you're gonna spend $4,300.
Mm-hmm.
5 voices.
Crazy.
And the little fatty is not really designed to be a polyphonic synth. It's a monophonic synth. So you're not, I mean, you're gonna spend $4,300.
Oh no, I don't think it's actually a good use of your money or time. But I just thought it was funny that he actually got it to work. My question with this subsequent 37 is, how the fuck are you gonna transport this? Does it have its own unique case? Because, like, this looks like a nightmare to carry around, right?
But it's only 37 keys.
Yeah. I guess you're not putting that in a case at all. You're just gonna.
I guess you could, if they wanted, they could do something that folds. Like the Matrix Brute.
Yeah. What's it called?
The Matrix Brute is great.
Yeah.
Because it's paraphonic. It's 3-voice paraphonic.
Right.
It's really nice. You can do some really nice pads.
The Poly D also did the folding thing. I think the folding thing does look a little tacky. Or I just worry also about the internals. I don't know. But yeah, no, that is something you could do for sure.
Yeah.
I was dangerously close to getting that Poly D, man, but just the lack of presets, and also the keys. I don't need those stupid keys. I saw a guy on Reddit. There was a Reddit post of this dude who he was able to teach you how to cut off the keys and everything, and then I went to look for it and it was gone, and I think Uli got him. He sniped him. Something.
I'll tell you. You know what I'm falling back in love with right now is the King Korg.
Oh yeah, I remember that thing.
And let me tell you something. You are not a monophonic guy. You're a polyphonic guy.
Yeah.
You're a polyphonic guy. The King Korg is a really underrated synth.
Yeah.
It's got really good sounds.
You know what? I actually got to play one at a studio, but it was too bad. We were only using it it wasn't my studio, and they were using it as a MIDI controller for Omnisphere of all things. Yeah. It's it's a VA synth, right?
You can get those for $700-800.
Wow. Yeah. And this is, I think this is like early 2000s, 2010s, excuse me. Like 2010 or 11. Yeah. Korg is, you know, I don't know. I'm really up and down on Korg. Sometimes they have really cool stuff. Sometimes I'm like, that is the dorkiest shit I've ever seen. You know, so
Yeah.
I'm really
Let's make fun of the Theravox.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh,
Therobox.
type in. You don't have to show the audio or play the audio, but just go to automatic gainsay and type Theravox. Automatic gainsay Theravox, because I want you to see something that's really funny.
Okay. This is a new instrument.
Yeah, and it's
Okay.
$3,000. It's
Oh, boy.
$3,000.
Yeah. Let's see here. I'm gonna play the audio a little bit. Let's see, just a tiny bit. What the fuck is this?
Well, you're gonna die. I can't believe you didn't know about this.
No, I've been out of the loop, man, for a long time. Let's see.
Okay.
Marked the ET5.
Yeah. Now, what's funny about this is that you have to put your finger in the ring. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Mark Doty wears a lot of rings. I think Mark Doty wears 8 rings between both hands.
Right.
And he's. Let's go forward when you get a kind of overhead shot. I think
This is.
if you
Right? Oh, I see another one. Another
a
angle.
little more different, like right overhead. I think there's one if you move down a little bit.
Let's see.
Oh, maybe it's the other one.
Another video, probably.
Yeah, it was one of those. But it's just so funny watching his hands because his finger is in a ring.
Right.
No.
What the fuck is this?
Oh, it's horrible. $3,000 for that.
I'm sorry. So
Horrible.
I'm seeing a string, which is when you press down on it, is it like a capacitive sort of like touch?
It's another gimmick, man.
Yeah.
It's like, well, let's make something that looks like it came from 1968.
Yeah. Jesus.
Saying,
I'll go to his first video on it. Maybe he has another angle there. Let's see.
oh yes, it's just so funny seeing because he wears all these rings and his finger is in a
Yeah.
ring.
Boy, he doesn't have he should have 9 more rings. Just double up on yeah. What the fuck is this? So, I'm looking at this here. Let's put the quality up to 1080p so I can see it better. Filter cutoff, gain, resonance, reverb, blend, ring tracking, output volume. Did Teenage Engineering design this or something? What the fuck? Tune, oscillator tune. So you got waveforms. This is bizarre. Oh, and there's a patch. There's a modular thing. Okay. Huh. Weird. Very weird.
Now you might recall.
I mean, it's yeah.
$3,000, you said?
It's $3,000. Yeah. Can you go more into it where he's playing it?
Yeah.
It's an overhead shot.
I mean, is that reminiscent of theremin, basically, or something?
Well, I mean, I guess so. I guess it's got because look at this. Look at all the rings he's got on his fingers for his hands.
And as you might be able to
mean-
tell,
But if you hear him talk,
Yeah.
it's like
keyboard synthesizer. Let me explain this to you. Okay.
It's
way
yeah.
too enthusiastic about it.
This is some, this is a midlife crisis purchase. Let's be honest.
Electronic musical instrument where you
Honey,
between
look.
this,
I made a bumblebee sound. That's great, dear. Our marriage is failing.
you playing the audio?
Yeah, I can play the audio.
Play the audio, yeah.
I have
so
it
you
very
can hear
low,
it.
but yeah.
wire and a ring, and movement of the ring on this string or wire controls inside the instrument what amounts to an oscillator pitch knob. So as you move the ring to the left, you're turning the frequency of the oscillator down, and as you're moving the ring to the right,
It's like,
you're
is that a
turning
cock
the
ring?
frequency up. that is a very
That does
novel
look like a fucking cock ring. You're not kidding.
It's a cock ring.
That's nuts. Oh my! I'm just thinking about the used purchases.
It's like Mark's putting it in the ring. He's putting his finger in the ring. He's like, "How's that feel, baby? How's that feel, baby?"
What if he goes? If you want to see me play this the real way, go to my OnlyFans.
I hope I don't see him at KnobCon because he's probably gonna want to beat the shit out of me.
Ven's video says most convoluted sawtooth generator. Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. This,
$3,000, people. $3,000.
Wow. Yeah, that's absolutely crazy. I had no idea this was a thing. Who's the company? Theravox is the company, or?
Theravox, I think.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, like this is where you have fuck you money, and you know what? I'm gonna buy this quirky thing, and then.
But even if you had the money,
yeah.
Would you buy that?
No.
If you were a millionaire, would you buy that? Really?
Absolutely not. No.
Exactly.
No, because I mean, well, and again, I'm not a rich motherfucker, so I don't have cash to just throw around. But even if I did, I would want something that can contribute to my music making, because I'm not a collector. I'm not a guy who just buys things and then, oh, I have a Jupiter 8, I have this. Like, I don't care about that. I want to use this stuff. And to me, this is, I haven't heard all of it, but I mean, nothing. This is just, oh my God.
Cocking jams. Raider to the Living says cocking jams.
Cocking jams. The Theravox is evidence world is dying, says Kevin Hunam, not human. Rockman Rock says, so you're not supposed to use a finger? Yeah, I mean, yeah, no, not for me. But yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
You gotta listen to it. You gotta listen to a couple of minutes of what this produces, and then you're like, $3,000, really?
Which is notice the simple.
I mean, it
Alright.
sounds like if you want to annoy everyone in the house, then buy this thing. If you want everyone's nap to be interrupted.
Exactly like
Your wife is gonna get a pair of scissors and cut that string.
The amplitude.
Yeah. Yes. Ven also says, wait, you can only play one note at a time. Yeah. This is monophonic, right? It must be.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is, why not just get a stylophone or something, right? I mean,
I've got that little stylophone.
Those are fun,
and I love it.
Yeah.
It's the one with the pen.
Yeah,
it's fun.
They're cute little toys. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, how different is that from this? I mean, honestly, yeah, you probably don't have the same waveforms.
There's people doing these 4-part stylophone orchestra videos.
Oh yeah, I love that.
They sound great.
Very strange, man. Very strange.
I wish I had pre-ordered the Gen 8. I really do. I missed the boat on that.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is either. Gen 8 synth.
The Gen 8 is the stylophone Gen 8.
Oh, stylophone. Okay.
Limited run. Yeah. No one is selling them on Reverb.
Really? What's the big hype? What's nice about it? I don't know. What's the thing?
Sounds amazing. It sounds amazing.
Okay. Oh, and there's a lot of controls on here. Oh.
Yeah.
I thought it was just a little simple thing.
Oh, that thing is fantastic.
Yeah.
Stephen Banbury has one of those.
Let's see. Oh, well, YouTube is...
My friend Ryan has one.
Mm-hmm.
It's fantastic.
Interesting. Yeah, it's loading now, but yeah.
And it's fun. It's fun, and it's I think when they came out it was $600. I think it was 600 maybe.
So this is a real synth.
That's great.
Full analog signal path. Okay, cool. Now I will say that Stylophone really should have had a video that was in 720p and not 480, but that's okay.
It's just fun.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah, right. It's a fun little toy that you can have fun with and stuff, and it's not $3,000.
Yeah, I mean the Theravox does not look like it's fun.
No, that's kind of honestly, I had to close that tab because it was starting to give me anxiety thinking about.
Like I don't want to play a synthesizer that has me on a leash.
Yeah,
No?
no, and this looks like a fun little thing. Well, I don't know. I mean, I was kind of flirting with the idea of either getting another Mod X, which I've had before, or trying, and I hate to say this, trying the Phantom 06. The I think it's like, I don't know how much it costs. That's a workstation as
The only
my
thing is,
controller.
it's not going to sound as good as the Phantom.
No, it won't.
It's not. It's and you know what? They did this. Korg did this when they went from the Kronos to the Nautilus. Nautilus does not have the cojones the Kronos had.
Well, that was the point, though, right? It's supposed to be a
They phased out a flagship synth and replaced it with the Nautilus, which sounds like a little bit better than the Korg Chrome.
I owned the Korg Chrome and I fucking hated that
Hated
thing. I
Hated it. I had
it.
one too. I hated it.
Ooh, that was
Hated the
that was
Chrome.
a disappointing, man. I mean, I'm not a Roland fan, but I mean, at least this display is from the modern age. That Korg Chrome looked like it was from 1992. I wanted to vomit. But
the M50 that was before it was awesome.
yeah. Well, my thing with buying a workstation is A, it's a controller, and then B, I need it to be easy to work with. That's why I'm not going to go back to older workstations which I've owned, because the 90s ones, there's a lot of menu diving in those, and I don't have the patience, right? Honestly, the Mod X montage touch thing for me is great, although the virtual analog aspect of that workstation kind of sucks. Like, programming sounds on that was just really unintuitive and shitty. And I could do it, but I didn't like it. I'm curious to see if the Phantom 06 series, I would not buy it new, that's for sure. Roland is not getting my money.
Right. The thing is, let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
I mean, in theory, when you get into a workstation, you pretty much have to plan on menu diving.
Yeah, to some degree, for sure. Well, that's the thing, though. It's how that menu is laid out and how you can access it. Because yes, 100%. You're gonna be menu diving, but on the Mod X, it's like, well, I can touch where I want to go, and I know all that. With some of the older ones, you're using a jog wheel like this. Actually, I wonder how much you have to use that, and but the display is like barely legible. On old ones, like we're talking like until the original Phantom actually. That's kind of how it was. So I don't know. I'm looking into it, but we'll see. It'd have to be a really good price, because
it's an interesting that's a question for you. So what are you looking for though? Are you looking for a workstation, or are you looking for a polyphonic analog or a VS or a virtual analog? What are you looking for?
I have a virtual analog. I have the Nord lead too. Yeah, I got the Nord. Right. So really what I'm looking for is a workstation type of thing that has bread and butter sounds for productions.
Right. I still think the montage is the way to go.
Yeah.
61 key montage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because there's an analog pack.
Mm-hmm.
That that guy he's pretty tight with Dr. Mix. Trying to think
Oh,
of his name.
I know exactly. He's long hair.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know him.
He did a demo of the montage analog synth pack, and it sounded great.
Yeah.
It had all your bread and butter analog sounds like Oberheim, Prophet, you know.
Is it Dom
Uh,
Iglesias or something?
Dom's video on the analog pack on the montage.
Yeah, no,
Unbelievable.
I heard that. Yeah. I think at this point, if I go back, because I did own a montage, if I go back to one of those, I'd probably go with a used Mod X because
Mod X.
just because the sound, well, the way you program it is the same. It costs considerably less, and the sound engine is very similar. Now, yes, it's not going to sound as pristine as the digital audio converters on the montage, but for me, it's like, it's okay.
Now the Mod X though, the Mod X doesn't have the FM.
It does.
Right?
It does have the FM.
Oh,
Yeah.
it does have the FM?
It has the FM. What it doesn't have, as far as I know, is the, let's see, it has less polyphony. Although they just updated it actually. The Mod X Plus has 128 polyphony for both the virtual analog and then the FM. So they're actually, that's a pretty good deal with the Mod X Plus.
Right.
I was hoping it would include a new sound engine like the, AN1X, but they didn't. I guess not. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's $13.99. If I could get one used for maybe like $1,100 or something, that'd be cool, I guess.
Well, I watched that Anderson's video with that guy that assisted Jack on the montage. He played that flute section, and I was blown away.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounded like a Mellotron flute. I mean, it just sounded great.
Also, Frank has a question. He says, Mod X has VA now? I'm sorry. What I meant to say is that the Mod X and Montage have, it's called AWM. It's sample-based. So you're using sampled waveforms, and that's, you're making, so it's not quite, it's not like having a System 8 in your workstation. But yeah, that's the, stream is kind of freaking out a bit here. I think we're back now. But yeah, so yeah, I mean, and I also do love, and what I liked about the Montage and Mod X was the FM engine, because that's not sampled. That is a virtual synthesis, right? So
yeah, it's like you're getting a DX7,
right?
Like on steroids,
and it sounds really clean. Like you've heard patches before on workstations where it's like E-piano, but it's a sampled waveform. It sounds like crap, right? And I noticed the basses, the keys, all that stuff sounded really nice on both Montage and Mod X. So
let me ask you this.
Yeah.
If you were to get a Montage, right, did you get the black one or the white one?
Oh, I had the black one. I bought it used. But I mean,
I like the white one.
Oh yeah, white one's gorgeous. It's
I
just
think the white one looks really cool.
I haven't found that for a good price. So, but yeah. Oh yeah. Let's see, Montage white. Let's see. Yeah, my internet's kind of taking a dump here. Let's see. Yeah, 4,000 for the 8. Yikes.
Right.
Zounds has it for 3,000.
What about the 61?
I'm not sure. Montage white 61. Let's see. Dang, why is my internet freaking out? Yeah, 3,500. Yeah, that's a lot for brand new. And honestly, for me, now that I've owned both of them, I can say that Montage has way better keys, way better build quality, 100%. But I'm sort of in that mindset of, because the sound engine is very similar, it's kind of like, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the cheaper model. I don't feel like I'm missing out too much.
Now, Justin Carey had the big boy Phantom before he got to the Phantom 6, the 06. But he said that once he got used to the Phantom, he said it was really good. The whole way it's programmed.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard good things about it. Well, first of all, it has a way better there's sequencing on that thing, whereas the montage it took like 5 years or something to add that in. Or there was a sequencer, but it was really badly implemented. So, yeah, from the get-go, the Phantom just had it. You know, with all these new workstations, I mean, you are kind of, I don't know, you're paying a premium on the R&D that they've put into this stuff. You know, like the software they've created and all that, and that's why if you can, definitely buy used. You know, for these, don't pay full price. You know, because
definitely.
I mean, I was talking to my friend Cuneo about this a while back, and he was saying, like, you know, yeah, the montage is good. All these are great. But for what you're honestly getting, I don't know if it really is worth that cost. And I tend to agree, you know. But, so yeah, if you can find a good price on them. What's that one website I used to go to? Oh, man. I'm forgetting the name of it. It's, oh, geez. It's like Pro Audio Star. I shouldn't even, again.
I got stuff from them.
I don't work for them. I'm not, you know, whatever. But yeah, you've got stuff yeah. I got my Prophet 6 for like, I think it was $1,600, the desktop model, and it was brand new. So shit, man. You know,
I got my Prophet 5 from them B stock.
Yes. Yeah, that's the thing. They call it. They'll say B stock, and then they message you and they go, hey, do you want a brand new one for $100 more? And I always say no. And then they send me one. They send me one that's like never been opened. It's like factory sealed.
Exactly.
Crazy. I'm like, thanks.
I saved $400 getting a B stock Prophet 5.
Awesome. Yeah. No, I love that. I mean, yeah. So, but at the moment, my plan actually is to move to New Orleans. You remember? I really want to move there. Yeah, man. I took a trip last year. I remember we were talking about it. You had a friend out there, and
Tony. Yeah.
I'll
hook you up with it.
Yeah, I might go back
He's a guitar player.
again. Okay, I might go back again this year for vacation, and so that's why I'm not trying to buy a bunch of stuff in the immediate future, because it's like I don't want to have to ship that. You know what I mean? Like I'm sort of just going to be content with my setup now, and you know.
You should let me know when you're going to go to New Orleans, because I could fly down and meet you.
Yeah, I am going to be with the lady, but we'll see. Maybe we can work something out. Have you been there before?
No, I've never been there. But my friend Tony lives there. He's got a house, and yeah.
It is so cool. It's amazing. Like I absolutely loved it. But yeah, that's for a different podcast.
Do you think you'd be interested in meeting all of us at KnobCon in September?
Where is KnobCon at?
It's in Chicago.
Oh really? I thought it's in like oh, that's Super Booth.
Super Booth.
I'm sorry. KnobCon in Chicago. I didn't even consider that. When is that happening?
I think it's usually September.
Okay.
Yeah.
Potentially, if I have vacation, yeah. Or if is it on a weekend?
Weekend, yeah.
Okay, I'll look into it. Yeah, I should look that up.
I'm trying to get my entourage: Justin Carey, John Gee, a few others.
Pure Ambient Drone.
Maybe Maybe we. Oh, can you imagine if Rich Cabasa met us?
Oh Jesus! Now I'm not going. Or no. You and Rick Marston need to have a showdown at KnobCon.
Yeah, I don't know if that would be a good idea.
No, that would be a terrible idea.
He wants me dead.
Come on.
I don't know who hates me more, Rick Marston or Mark Doty. It's like it's tied between the two of those guys.
Yeah. You know, it is what it is. Like I don't think
my last conversation with Mark Doty was like, "You fucked up my paradigm."
Jesus. You know, I doubt that he hates you, right?
You know who gave me a scathing phone message the other day?
Oh.
Our buddy Hayes Anderson.
Ooh. Yeah.
Oh man, he was calling me a coward on the phone.
Okay. Well.
Oh man, it was like I was like, what? I don't really check my voicemails once in a while, and I'm like, what? He just went off on.
I'll say this: Hayes Henderson has been on this stream. Seems like a normal guy. And then there was one stream where I started goofing on Dallas jamming, and he got fucking pissed. He said, I mean, at first it was kind of like a friendly, sort of tense disagreement. And I was like, I was trying to be, I was sort of making fun of Dallas jamming because it is goofy, you know, whatever. But then I would say, you know what? I see what you're saying, or blah, blah, blah. Like, I was trying to make it cordial. But then after the stream, he sent me the most dramatic message. And
He's very dramatic.
And I told him, oh, Hayes, I had no idea that you were going to get so upset. If I had known, I would have made fun of it more. Right? Like, come on, dude. Lighten the fuck up. But no, I don't hate you, Hayes, but Hayes, you got to relax a little bit, right? All this stuff.
Should I play the audio?
No. Let's not do that. No. No, because then he'll sue me.
A coward.
You played my voice without my permission. Lawsuit time.
This is why he got mad at me, because I made a video dedicated to him about synthesizers not having effects, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, he said something in the comments like, "Oh, you're gonna convince people that guitar pedals are bad for synthesizers," and I'm just like, no, that's not what I was saying. I said, I think having pedals is a great thing. You know?
Yeah.
It's just you have to have true bypass on effects if they're integrated into a synthesizer.
Yeah. And also, whatever your music making method is, if, like, for example, I use FL Studio. Man, this stream is really just reloading every 5 seconds. Guys, is it cutting out for you? I hope not. I use FL. Okay, it doesn't? Okay, cool. I use FL Studio, a.k.a. Fruity Loops. And, dude, I've been getting shit for using Fruity Loops since I was 15 years old. My whole life, people have been making fun of Fruity Loops. And the thing is, I get it. It's called Fruity Loops. It sounds stupid. There's also a lot of dumb people who use it. You know, I made a beat in Fruity Loops. You know, it's like, it's a joke. So, like, now I understand it's more than that, and I'm able to make great music out of it. But if someone wants to, as the Brits say, take the piss out of Fruity Loops, there's no way in hell I'm going to get offended by that, because look at all the shit I talk about Roland, you know? Imagine how hypocritical I would look if I got upset about, you know, someone making fun of FL when I have torn Roland another hole, so to speak. So that's the thing. Whatever your thing is, you have to kind of take it with a grain of salt and not be so thin-skinned. Because, like, Jesus Christ, it's not that serious.
I mean, Tim Shoebridge, because I think somebody asked about what happened with Tim Shoebridge. So, like, was basically saying to me is that if you don't like something, don't talk shit about it. Like, just move on. And I'm thinking, like, that's isn't that what we're here to do, is talk about stuff?
Yeah.
It's like, why are people so, like, you know, it's like, you offended me because I own that synthesizer.
Right. Yeah, it's crazy. And it's also like, we're not just going to suck the corporate, I'll clean this up. We're not just going to praise everything that's released, you know? Like, I don't work for Roland, and I'm not getting anything out of this or whatever. You know, it's like, it's healthy to criticize things, you know? And if you disagree, then say why you disagree. And if it's a really good point and I don't have a comeback, then I look like a dumbass, and that's how it should be. But if this whole, like, oh, wow, you're just a hater, it's like, well, no, I have legit I just told you why I don't like this thing, you know. So it's so silly.
So this is what happens though. The newest thing comes out, and people are all excited.
Yeah.
You know, because the thing is, it's like, when you start buying synthesizer after synthesizer, some people get to the point where it's like, you get a synthesizer and then 7 months later they buy another one.
Right.
And I've been guilty of that.
Yes.
And it's like, so it's like, well, why aren't you really spending time with the synth that you have?
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, I mean, there will be weeks down here. I went from having like almost like 53 synths to having like, a baker's dozen. And so when I'm down here, sometimes I'll be like, I will spend weeks with one out of the 13 synths.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what happens. But you get all like, you start gushing over the newest thing, like the Trigon 6. Just I could smell bullshit right away.
Yeah.
It's got really poor ladder filters.
And that need, and I've done that too, where you buy something and then 6 months later, or even less than that, you want to sell it or you're not into it. It's because we sort of were looking for a new way to get inspired. And then sometimes you realize, oh, you know what? This thing isn't perfect. Wow. Who could have thought that? But that's okay. It's like, I don't want to eat, Mexican food all the time, right? Maybe I want to try some Middle Eastern food or something. You know what I mean? Like, and whatever. So, but yeah, I just think that, and jumping on the latest thing, like also it's dangerous to assume that a synth is going to solve all your problems, or
exactly.
I'll create so much music now. Like, not necessarily,
Right. I mean, look at all the music that you did with one Nord.
Right. I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. No. I mean, I really fell in love with that synth. I do have a problem with this one though. Is that the the presets I had on the original one I absolutely loved, and I didn't save them. And now this one, whoever had this before me was making some real garbage patches. So,
right.
but that's, I just got to go in and reprogram them and stuff. Gladic Satic, welcome, says, oh shit, a stream. Yeah, I fell for that trap before. Less is really more. Yeah, dude, 12 synths. I mean, going from 54 to 12, that's good. That saves a lot of your.
And the thing is, I would come down to the studio and look at the Moog 1 with disdain.
Right.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, this has got to go.
Yeah.
It's got to go. I can't even look at it. I bought a lot of the heavy hitters back in the day. I bought the Prologue.
Yeah.
I had the OP6. I had what else did I had the Polybrute. I had the Prophet 5. I got a Hydrasynth desktop, which I thought sounded like crap.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, because the virus just destroyed it.
Mm-hmm.
And and that's another thing too. People get on this whole wavetable thing.
Oh yeah.
It's like, give me a break. Wavetable.
I'm really sick of the fucking wavetables. I'm glad you said that.
The thing is, it's like if you have wavetable, you're obviously doing a different type of music. Metallic-y, really vibrating sounds,
Yeah, I was thinking about this. Sorry, but like wavetables are unpleasant. Like I don't like how they sound at all.
I do not use the wavetable oscillator, digital oscillator on the Pro 3. I never use it.
Yeah. Right.
Once in a while, yeah, but and it's got a limited amount of wavetable. It's like, and that's where they screwed up the prologue. That's why I hated the prologue, because I hated
Yeah.
digital oscillator, that wavetable.
Well, I mean, I'm okay with digital oscillators, but I mean, the thing, yeah, like, I think people don't realize, like, I don't know. Like have you used Serum before, the plugin?
No, but I've heard videos of it.
Serum is a wavetable synth, but you can actually, like, automate how going through the wavetable and all this stuff. It's a whole. It actually makes it really fun and whatever. And on a lot of these hardware synths with the wavetable stuff that you're doing, I don't know. However they've implemented it, it's not fun or enjoyable to work with them. It's hard. I'm not doing a good job explaining. I've also got a migraine that's killing me. But yeah, it's I don't know. I think that's a gimmick that people don't realize is not quite what they're thinking. Like, that's why I didn't connect with the Hydra synth, because so many of those patches just I don't like them. They sound. That's the digital that people don't like. A lot of people don't like. When they say something's digital, it's like cold and harsh. That's what I got from Hydrosynth. The Nord, warm and fuzzy. The Hydrosynth, not really.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's what I liked about the Virus. The Virus you could get really nice Oberheim-like sounds. Moog. I mean, the Hydrosynth has a great ladder filter emulation.
Right.
And that's the strength of the Virus, I think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've heard some Moog style patches on the Virus TI something, and I'm like, wow, that's actually really good. Like, I'm impressed.
And the Court Radius though can do ladder filter emulations, like, unbelievable.
Right. I hate to cut this short. We've actually been going for 2 hours, but I have a really bad migraine that just kind of hit me in the last 10 minutes. So I think we should probably call it here. But now first of all, how great has this been? You didn't have to leave one time to do the Zoom thing. It's just perfect. So I thank you so much for getting this to work, because honestly, that saves me so much stress just by you're here and you're done. Okay, I have to say this. Rich Kilbasa has been whining the whole stream, saying that we're babbling too much. And he says, when will you open it up for questions? Okay, Rich.
Ask questions.
Ask a question, but we will have to wrap it up soon. We'll take him a second there. What are you got any upcoming videos that you're planning or anything?
I don't know I just made that video. Can you just do it?
Sure.
Can you just, like, Espen, are you there?
Oh. Wait, sorry. What am I saying for this?
I'm just talking to Espen Kraft right now.
Okay.
Espen, are you there?
Yes, hello, it's me, Espen Kraft.
Espen, I was wondering if you and I could do a live stream together.
Well, only if we time travel back to the 80s, because I only live stream in the 80s. It's me, Espen Kraft. I used a Yamaha sequencer to live stream in 1985 in my apartment in Berlin.
Espen, I saw your video about how you're creating a new channel devoted to retro things, and you stole my idea.
Well, an idea is free for the taking, unless you strike while the iron's hot, or as my mama used to say, the schnitzel strudel. What am I, German? Am I Swedish? I don't know. I'm Espen Kraft. Kraft.
So the other day he made a video about how he's starting a new channel about retro stuff. Like,
wow, who could have seen that coming?
Right, magazines, toys, games, computers, all that crap. So I made this video about how he stole my idea, right? Now, here's the thing. This is what I do.
Right.
and so many people hate me for it.
Mhm.
Am I really mad at him? I'm not mad at him at all. I was just I was inspired to make a video. And I was like showing all this stuff that I had that was retro. It's like people don't get me. That's
Yeah.
the problem.
Yeah. Well, you know,
I'm
you
just
fuck around. Yeah, you're goofing around.
So it's like, why can't you have fun?
Yeah. Well, listen, guys, I'm sorry to wrap this up, but I feel like shit right now. So, thank you, Mr. Punk. Rich, you wasted your question, I guess. I don't know. Let's do this again soon. I don't know exactly when, but I want to do this again because now we see how easy it is to set this up. No problem. Oh, you know what? Okay, real quick, let's play that Wonder Woman video that you sent me. Well, how long is 4 minutes?
I want you to listen to all the synthesizer sounds on it.
Okay. You know what?
Especially when she's doing kicks.
You know what? How about this? We're gonna end on this. We'll just play this and
Play it out.
Play it out. Yeah. Here we go.
Chicano kid we were in the CYA with.
California Youth Authority. Some pretty hard cases come out of there.
Why is that guy talking if he doesn't have the lasso on? Oh, pause. Okay. We've detected copyrighted audio and video in your stream. Your stream may be temporarily... Okay. Fuck. All right.
Fuck.
So, well, stream may be
YouTube
temporarily
police.
blocked. Fuck you, YouTube, you piece of shit. All right. That's going to do it for today, guys. Sorry, I got to go. But
See you later. See you soon.
Yeah, thanks, guys, for being in the chat. We'll do this again soon. Synthpunk, thank you so much. And
Take care.
We'll be back. Keep synthing on, Synth Drone.